Alright, good evening everyone. Welcome back to the stream. I'm Martin Wenzel, and this is Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're not doing live time today. We're gonna be trying this flight again. What flight is this? What number is it? Microsoft Flight Simulator World Tour Leg 123. We are at Budapest Ferenc Liszt International Airport, Budapest, Hungary. And we're gonna be flying to Frankfurt Airport in Frankfurt, Germany. This flight's based on Lufthansa 1343, flown using an Airbus A320. We'll be using FlyByWire's A32NX mod. With the Lufthansa livery created by... let me see, I'm not sure. It's not created by the one that I have in the description right now. This is a newer one. Let me just grab that name quickly. It's Orient ES, that's who it is. And it looks really cool. It's got these really cool scratch marks, which I'll get... you can kind of see them already, but we'll look at that a little closer. Alpha India Group's traffic for the other traffic, and Bajan Habashi's 4-season pack. That's all the mods we're running. We got a few other mods, but those are their main ones. So yeah, I was mentioning kind of this paint scheme. Really cool. You can kind of see the scratches and everything. Look at that. Pretty cool little... Not sure if it shows up the rest of the plane, but definitely on the tail there, where you got the blue, you can see it. Having a few hiccups with the frame rate. I'm hoping everything's right. We do have the sunrise, the moon setting the other way. Not as early, or earlier this week we did this flight, I think on Sunday night, and obviously we had the crash. The sim crashed, and so beautiful takeoff with the sun rising and the clouds and everything, but be a little bit... We're going to take off on real time about 6:30. We're not live time. Live time is about 1:30 in the morning in Hungary. I'm trying to get my mouse to work. It's kind of sticky for some reason. Alright, so let's get inside the plane and get it started up. Grab our stuff from SimBrief. Get the fuel coming on board. 6102. Take about 8 minutes. I'll make sure our reel is in. Yep. Okay. Go back over here. We're going to go through our startup procedure. Parking brake is on. Flaps are retracted. Spoilers are retracted. Engine mode ignition mode is normal. Masters are off for the engine. Up here we want to make sure our thrusters are... Our thrust lever is in idle. Here, just gonna turn up some of my lighting. We'll go through here. Turn up our display brightnesses. Landing gear is down. Anti-skid nose wheel steering on. Turn up some of the... Make sure we have all the sound that we need. Sometimes I forget to turn the sound back on for the sim. We don't want that. We want to be able to hear the plane and everything. Then we go up here and we have our wipers are off. Turn on the integrated lighting. And we go battery 1 and 2. Available external power on. Strobe lights auto. True oxygen supply. Ground control on. Ideas 1, 3, and 2. We'll do our fire test. Okay, we're looking for any other white lights. No other white lights right now, except the fuel pumps, which we'll get later. We can turn the nav logo light on as well. We're gonna go no smoking auto, emergency exit lights armed. We're gonna go right here, make sure our co-pilot doesn't ask for a pushback before we are ready for that. We're gonna go down to our passengers and get them coming on board. And all this can be done right through FlyByWire A32NX now. You don't need an external passenger program if you don't want. Send a request. We have 170 passengers, a little bit more than earlier this week on Sunday. We're going to start boarding. They're going to come on realistically. The weight will adjust. Let me make sure that we just have passenger ambience on. That's all we need. Because we are going to go also to Pack X. And I'm gonna set Pack X up on my other screen. Boarding music. Lufthansa. Safety brief. Lufthansa. Do Wi-Fi and an in-flight entertainment system. We're gonna start that up. Okay. Yeah, a lot more ambient sounds from the FlyByWire A32NX now. Since we do have the cargo door open, we do have the service door for the galley open. Obviously, the jetway connected. But actually, we'll get rid of this guy right here, catering. Update available. I just updated it. Catering can go away. Let's get our ATC clearance. Welcome in, welcome in. We're trying this flight again. We had some issues. We had 2 crashes actually with the crashed desktops on Sunday night, and basically I kind of gave up that second time because we were about an hour into the flight, or 45 minutes, about a quarter way into the flight, and it crashed. And so hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get all the way to Frankfurt, and then we can go from Frankfurt down to Kosovo. That'd be awesome. We need to get our clearance.
Budapest clearance delivery, Lufthansa 1343 IFR to Frankfurt, ready to copy.
Lufthansa 1343 is cleared to Frankfurt Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 13 left climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure frequency is 120.375 squawk 6762.
Lufthansa 1343 cleared to Frankfurt Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 13 left climb and maintain 7,000 feet.
Okay, that's why I'm hearing propellers, because that plane right there is probably an ATR or a DHC-8-8. I just downloaded this livery, Smart Wings, from Czechoslovakia, or the Czech Republic. Yeah. We're probably going to do a Smart Wings flight, just because don't have all the airlines that I need, so sometimes we'll have to swap in some other ones that aren't exactly real life. Tyler's been to Budapest Airport around 12 times. Cool. Nice, considering it's smaller than other European airports. Yeah, it's not a huge airport. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of I don't think there's... I do have some custom something to this. Maybe it's just parking fix or something. But this airport obviously isn't custom handmade. Unfortunately. Because I'm sure it's a pretty cool looking airport. Alright, contact ground. I don't know why they said 131.555. Alright, anyway. Get back in here. I just wanted to put in my runway so I wouldn't forget. The day we are doing for our runway is going to be 13 left, and our standard instrument departure is going to be Gile to Romeo. Ah, I know what's wrong. Flight plan has us going the opposite direction. There we go. Gile to Bravo. Perfect. Insert that into the flight plan right now. Alright, we'll come back to that. We're going to go back to our init page. And we're going to open up for you guys. Give you guys a look at the flight plan from SimBrief. And first we're looking at our alternate, which is Echo Delta Delta Lima. Flight number 1343. Cost index 5.
After you put your carry-on items in the overhead bin and it is full, make sure you close it as a courtesy.
Flight level 380 for cruise.
Also be sure that the aisle is clear.
Go to our flight plan.
That way other passengers can get by you.
We're going to start putting in our waypoints.
Exit row.
First waypoint is Gillop. We're going to go direct to
Please
Zulpu.
ensure that you are able and willing to perform these actions. If you're not, please let a flight attendant know so that we can be received. Feel free to use
From
your
there,
cell phone
direct to
during your
Arson.
boarding process, but we do ask that laptops, tablets, and any other larger electronic devices are still
Then to Zubin.
Thank you and welcome aboard.
And there it goes again. It crashed again. Oh my. Ugh. Alright. I'm officially don't know what to do now. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's causing the crashes. I don't even know. Alright, well, we'll try it. I'll try it again. This is what it's like when you get up, you get 1-2 times a week to play, and you're live streaming, and for the third time on the same flight, it crashes. I mean, I don't know what mod it could be. I'm at this point, I'm gonna have to remove all my mods. If it does it again, I'm gonna have to remove all my mods. Can't believe that. Oh, yeah. Why is it? At this point, but see, at least you were flying. At least it was something that happened during your flight. Like, you know, I'm not saying you screwed up, I mean, but, you know, there was a tree. It was, you know, you got to. I mean, I don't mind crashing, you know, having a crash or doing a water landing or whatever, or hard landing, or, you know, that's frustrating in of itself, but this is super frustrating because it's like, I just want to fly. And I can't do this stupid flight. And I don't know what it is. It's not the livery, because this is a whole different livery. What sucks is I'm going to have to just do a flight with none of the... You know, because basically the only mods that I've swapped out, I have a bunch of underlying mods, and that stuff one of those has got to be causing the problem. I'm guessing. Just basically this past week, it seems like Flight Simulator suddenly got very unstable, and I don't know what mod is causing it, what mod is broken. That's what sucks about modding. Well, that's what sucks about modding with Microsoft Flight Simulator, because they don't have a good crash log anywhere. like for example with X-Plane, if I'd have a crash like this, it would tell me, go in the crash log and you could see what caused the crash. You could see, oh, a failed texture failed to load in from this photogrammetry or whatever, or whatever it is. I mean, you could at least troubleshoot. Here it's like, okay, the only way you can troubleshoot is just put in one mod at a time, and then you're 2 hours into a flight and it crashes, or you're 15 minutes into starting up and it crashes, and you have no idea why. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Flight Simulator doesn't load up now. Because that's how it's been going. Where it's like, sometimes it'll load up, I'll remove a mod. It'll load back in, no problem. I'll close the game, try to load again, now it doesn't want to load. And it's like, nothing changed except for the time of day. So. Hey, Ariana. Said I'm about to just chuck it. I'm so exhausted this week. Like, you can tell I'm tired right now, even though I just got up about 3 hours ago. My body has decided, nope, you got used to working at night, but now we're going to go back to regular, your regular body clock. So everything's messed up. And I'm tired of it. It's just this. I guess I can't use mods with Flight Simulator because, I mean, and that's what's frustrating too, is that people.
Budapest Tower Lufthansa 134 ready at runway 13
like I said,
departure to...
Now I'm pissed off. Yeah, my body clock's all thrown off. I don't know why. I've been working nights for 2 months. I was totally fine 2 weeks ago, and then last week, and then this week. This week, I get to work, or right now, it's 7 o'clock, and I'm almost 8 o'clock, and I'm just about to fall asleep. It's like I've been up 24 hours. Even though I just got up from sleeping for 8 hours. And I was out sleeping, too. I wasn't tossing or turning or anything. I was nice good sleep. Get up, felt good, and now a couple hours later, I just want to go back to bed. And so at this point, it's like I have so little patience for this. Like I'm just tired. It's like I just feel like crap. I'm just getting depressed. And it's sad that a game's, I mean, it's not the game that's doing it, it's just everything, and it's like I can't even fly now because this stupid thing doesn't want it. I can't figure out what mod is causing it. It's like I almost don't want to stream now because it's like I'm gonna get 10 minutes into it or half an hour into it and it's gonna crash again. It's just gonna crash again. I know it is. Incredibly frustrated. Really annoyed. I just wonder why my rudder is already like that. Alright, try to get the graphic to load up again. And I gotta load up. I don't know, I don't watch enough streams, but I feel like my, I feel like my stream's gotta be the most depressing on the internet. I don't know, it's like, I don't watch a ton of streams, but I can't even think of any time I've seen anyone else while they're streaming their sim crash. I just haven't seen it. And I've had it happen 3 times on stream now. Like I said, I'm at the point where, like, Microsoft, I mean, someone Microsoft, it's like they're so janky. It's like, put an error log in, put a crash log so we can figure out what caused the sim to crash. I'm sitting here, I have no idea what caused it to crash. I don't want to turn off all my mods. I'd like to play with the mods I have on. You know, which ones do I have to disable? I don't know. So then it's like spending hours and hours and hours. I don't have that kind of time to mess around, turning all my mods off and go one by one through them. And you know, and there's no way to replicate. Like, you have to wait 10, 20 minutes, and then it's like if it doesn't crash then, maybe it'll be 3 hours in the flight. It's just sad. Alright, well, we're gonna try again. Now, I bet you this time we'll be able to get off the ground. And he's doing well. He bumped his head today on his swing. Yeah, but he slept nice today. Like I said, the past 2 days I've slept very well. He slept well. So he hasn't been waking me up my whole time while I'm trying to sleep. And I get up, I go to work, and you know, a few hours, you know, 3 or 4 hours after I wake up, I'm just falling back asleep. I have no energy. I don't know what it is. Alright, so I'm going to set all this stuff up, and it's going to crash again. Probably. We'll probably get about 25 minutes into the flight, and it'll crash. I bet you. At which point, I will quit the stream again, because I give up. And, you know, I'm going to be very pissed off, because this is my weekend. This is when I get to fly, and Flight Simulator is being a piece of crap. And I'm not particularly good at troubleshooting, and also I don't have a ton of time to go through each. There's no way to do it, because these crashes happen at random times. I've had it crash on the loading screen. If I click on a certain airport, it just crashes. It's just really stupid lately. Alright. Over here, battery 1 and 2, external power on. Like I'm not even having fun doing this, because I'm just sitting here going, oh, it's gonna crash again. A waste of time. I guess it's just the world telling me, be an adult, stop playing video games. It seems as I get older, video games, computer games are more and more frustrating, because they crash more and more often, and or you have less and less time to deal with that crap. I guess as a kid, my games crashed too, but not as. Yeah, he wasn't too thrilled about it, but he's okay now. Alright, let's try this again. I'm feeling very defeated. I just want to sleep now. So, as I said, if it crashes again, it's not a game. Well, this one kind of is. Flight Simulator kind of is. It doesn't have the most simulator stuff to it. If you ask anyone in the flight sim community, they would say that X-Plane or even Prepare 3D is the way to go if you want your simulation fixed. No, I'm not gonna go that far. I mean, yeah, it's not a game, because most of the time, most of my games don't crash, actually. Most of the games I have don't crash. It's just my simulators. simulators seem to crash all the time because, you know, especially this one is just. I mean, we're almost two. I mean, what are we? A year and a half into this game now, this sim, and it's just. It seems every few weeks, it just starts falling apart. It just breaks. Something, you know. Like I've had in the year and a half I've had Microsoft Flight Simulator, I think it's crashed. I've had it crash more often than I had X-Plane crash in the year and a half that I, you know, hardcore was flying in that. It's just, and X-Plane is not a very efficient, stable platform itself. Alright, let's get into what I want. Get our clearance. And now I can't get clearance. Okay. Alright. Be that way. Why can't I get clearance? What is the clearance? 13454? Been noticing lately ATC doesn't want to work as well. So if you do it manually, sometimes it does. I like how it won't let me, it literally won't let me go to a different frequency. What is the... Oh, it's such a... It's... I don't know. It makes you wonder if you should invest any money into this platform. I mean, again, the usual refrain is just go on VATSIM. And it's like, yeah, and I suppose if you get rid of that, then you don't have to worry about the finicky ATC. You know, but I don't know. All right, so we can't get our clearance, but we were cleared before we were rudely interrupted by the sim crashing for the third time attempting this flight. Insert. Alright, so once again, let's try and do the flight plan. Alright. Go to net page. Echo Delta Delta Lima, flight 1343. Cost index 5. Eventually I'm gonna have this memorized because I keep putting this stuff in. Alright, so gill up. Direct to Zolku for our flight plan here, our route. Arson. Yeah, and here's the thing. On Sunday night, we crashed putting in the stuff, you know, setting up the plane. Loaded back in, we were able to take off, fly, we got about a quarter of the way, and then it crashed again. So, my money is on that we're going to crash once we get up in the flight. And then I will chuck my headset and rethink all my life decisions and I don't know. Maybe I'll work on making sure I can get my truck simulator set up because I want to keep streaming. I need something to stream, and if you know, if my game that I want to play really bad doesn't want to work anymore, I guess I have to do something else, right? Alright, we're coming in ILS runway 7 right. Star is going to be power to Delta. Insert. Oops, I did put my via. Delta Foxtrot 654. Hey Enzo, touch the clouds. Hey Martin, I think most times I've had a crash lately has been due to problems with the data download. And there's the problem. It's like something stupid like that. It's like, okay, why is my game crashing because of something that is an integral part of the game? You know, and again, they'll say, well, what could you do? You could disable data download. It's like, okay, I'm in Microsoft Flight Simulator because one of the big, great things about Microsoft Flight Simulator is the streaming of the environment, right? You know, especially, you know. And it's like, oh yeah, that's not going to work. It's like, well then why am I in Microsoft Flight Simulator? I might as well just go back over to X-Plane and do everything manually myself. Yeah. Well, they should control. There should be a way that they can control that it doesn't crash your game. I know it's all new, but it's. Well, it's the funny thing is, and this is the part that's frustrating about it, is that a year and a half in, and now I'm having these issues. Is that these issues just keep cropping up, and it's like, why do things keep... It's like, shouldn't things be getting more stable? Shouldn't the game be coming... And it seems they keep finding, you know, a problem just keeps sprouting up. Alright, what was I doing? I know I'm complaining about this, but it's just incredibly frustrating to just get jammed up where it's like, okay, you're gonna stream, and every stream you do you're gonna crash and keep trying to do the same flight again, and eventually you're just gonna scream and give up. Because that's 3 crashes now on this flight. It's like, what's the issue? Well, and I would understand it, but it's like I'm not seeing it. I mean, I see other people streaming Flight Simulator right now. It's not like it's all across the board. Everyone's having problems. It's just like, oh yeah, you can't. Yeah, I've updated all my mods. Yeah, that's sort of the problem. It's like there's no. Again, my biggest frustration with Microsoft Flight Simulator is they still don't have a crash log. Tell me why the sim stopped running. Why did it stop running? Is it something because of a mod? Is it something... it's area specific. Well, that's great. Like, what do you mean area? Like where I'm flying in the world? Yeah. Oh, I see. I think they should put this stuff, they should put like messages about this stuff like on the loading screen or something. They should have like a live feed from, you know, hey, here's a technical issue that we're noticing people are having, and if you live in these areas, you're having outages or stuff is breaking. You know, some people, yeah, it's like if you're in an area where things are not working and with data or something, you can make that decision. Okay, maybe I'm just not gonna do Flight Simulator right now, waste my time trying to do it. You know? That's where the frustrating part is. It's like, yeah. And I know you could look and go search on, you know, websites and stuff, but it's like, again, I'm in the sim trying to do this. I'm not searching the internet for whatever it is. Alright, is this our airport? LHPP? Yeah. So, I'm frustrated, I'm tired, because I woke up 4 hours ago? 3 hours ago? Yeah, 4 hours ago. Like, I sleep and it doesn't do anything anymore. I'm absolutely miserable. I'm absolutely miserable at work. Horrible. I'm falling asleep. I'm literally falling asleep while I'm working. I'm just passing out. I have zero energy. I mean, Last night I was able to last a little bit longer because I think I got up later, so they pushed it back. But like right around 11 o'clock, midnight, bam, right into a wall, just smacked into a wall of just exhaustion. I couldn't even keep my eyes open. I was just like, legs wouldn't work, arms. I'm just kind of hard when your job is, you know, moving around and driving. So, all right, waiting for the passengers to come on board. I'm going to try to stop complaining and cross my fingers that maybe we can get this flight in. If we can't, I will smash my keyboard over the computer and go read a book. Be productive. Be a productive adult. All right. Looks like the flight plan is in there pretty good. Let's see. Performance page. That's performance page. We need to wait for the passengers. Go to the radio navigation page. I'm gonna put in my information from our final. $747 is fun to fly though. It's a fun, big plane. It is very different from if you're flying the A320 and then you jump into that. Into the 747, it's going to be kind of like, because your cockpit is so much higher too. You have to get used to like when you're landing. I remember landing and it was like, wait, I touched the ground already? Because you're so much higher up. Okay, this is Frankfurt. We're going to go on the Frankfurt chart, and I want to put in. We got a couple. Oh no, there's the VFR. The VFR is, or VOR 114.2. I like to put that in as a backup. 66 degrees, that's our course. ILS will automatically fill in. Now there are a few other. I think we got another one here to read. Straight ahead. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna need Fred as well. Or if we have to do a go around. Well, that's what's weird. It's like I completely transitioned. I felt like I had completely transitioned to it a few weeks ago. Like I've been doing this since what, towards the end of January, and I've been doing fine. Like I would have no problem. I'd get up at, you know, I'd be a little groggy getting up, which is always how I am. You know, if I'm getting up in morning or if I'm getting up in the evening. After I sleep for 8 hours, I get up like you know, you're knocking out all the rust and everything from your sleep. But then I would get to work and I would work 12 hours, no problem. I'd get a little tired towards the end of the shift. Actually, you know, there'd be a little lull where you get a little kind of tired just because you're, you know. And then I'd kind of pick up steam towards the end as you kind of go, okay, I'm going home. And then you'd get home and be kind of tired and go to bed. Now what happens is I get to work and I'm decent for a few hours, maybe. Even then, it's some days it's like I'm not even awake when I get to work. And then I will just hit a wall. Like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and I'm exhausted for 2-3 hours just trying to keep my eyes open. I mean, sheer exhaustion. Like I've been up, like the only other time I felt this exhausted, like where I can't keep my eyes open, where I'm just want to just collapse and just, I could sleep on the concrete in the rain outside in the cold. That's how tired I am. Is after flying Chicago to Shanghai and all the transportation between America and China. That's, you know, a 24-hour day. I do. That's what I'm doing. Touch calls. I'm up every. I've been on this cycle now. Like I said, for 2 months. I get up at about 3-4 in the afternoon, and I stay up until about 6 in the morning, 6-7 in the morning. So like this is my night off. That's why I stream. I stream until about midnight, and then from midnight until 6, I'm up, you know, making graphics or playing other games or whatever. And then I go to bed about 6 or 7 in the morning. So it's not like not like my cycle, I'm trying to do a weird cycle or something. It's just my body has decided. Yeah, it's just my body has decided, hey, it's... I think the big issue is what's happening is now it's kind of... There is more sunlight. And when I wake up, there's sunlight. And now the sun is staying up later. And then it transitions to being dark. And so my body's like, oh, yeah, I know how this works. I really suck during those hours when there's the sunset or sunrise. That was how trucking was. Like, I'd get up at 3 in the morning, start driving, and as soon as you got like 5 o'clock and the sun was starting to come up, ugh, just wanted to go right back to bed. Alright, I think the passenger should be on board. What am I clicking on here? Alright, so let's go to nit page 2, get the 0 fuel weight, center of gravity, 24.4, fuel planning. We have 6 we'll put 6.1. Let's see, performance page. Go to flaps, and then I'm just going to check out, I'm not going to pull it up for you guys, but on the, I do have a little checklist where it tells me center of gravity, or center of gravity was what, 2.4 something, so we're gonna be about, well, let's get close to exactly what that is. Nit to 24.4. 24.4, we're gonna be about, probably up 1.7 for our trim. Transition altitude is 10,000 feet. We'll put our V speeds in. Yeah, it is so bad. And it's, like I said, it's... You know, I'm only going 15 miles per hour, but it's like there's so much more stuff to run into. I mean, I'd kind of get into that kind of while I was driving over the road. But it's like even then, it wouldn't get this bad. And I could always pull over and just take a rest if I really needed to. And on the highway, there's actually not as much to hit as, granted, I don't want to fall asleep, completely asleep, but it's like, man, when you're making sharp turns and stuff and you're literally driving in an environment where you think you wouldn't be falling asleep. Like when you're driving down the highway going 70 miles per hour and you just mile after mile after mile, you start to just kind of get that, you know, especially if you're already tired or whatever. You'd think when you're driving around other trailers and, you know, parking lot and all that stuff, you wouldn't, but I guess I've been doing it now for 2 months. It's kind of becoming boring. I don't know. Oh well. Well, it's bad. It's like it follows me even on my nights off here. It's like I'm just exhausted right now. So hopefully we get this flight going and I can kind of relax. Well, that's the thing. It's like my job. This job is it's short bursts of driving, like a minute of driving, and then I have to get out, climb down the ladder, open the doors, do this, climb back in, drive, get back out. It's a lot of activity, and my body just says nope, shutting down. And so then the activity becomes even harder because you're almost sleepwalking. You're trying to, your arms and your legs, nothing wants to work. So that's weird. Okay, we got the passengers on. Let's get this show on the road. That way I can go do other things quicker because I figure we're gonna crash about 30 minutes from now anyway. So let's get moving. Yes, I know I'm being positive, but it pisses me off that we keep having these crashes. Predictive wind shear, cockpit door is locked. Seatbelt signs are automatically already on for some reason. And we'll turn the beacon light on because we are ready. Oh, we're not ready yet. We need the PAPU on. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm doing nothing. Like I said, yeah, I completely, when I was driving in the truck, there'd just be days where I just dragging. And there would be days where I just had to pull over. Had to pull over. To take a... And that's one thing I kind of miss about driving over the road, is that driving over the road, you kind of have a little bit more flexibility on when you want to drive, when you want to take a break, all that stuff. You know, I can't really just sit around and do nothing and take a half-hour nap while I'm at work. Now. Unless it's not busy and there's literally nothing to do, then I can. But I have, like the past few days, I've put my head down on my steering wheel and passed out. And then my truck, because it has a idle timer, so if you idle for a certain amount of time, it will shut down and start beeping at you that the engine's gonna shut down, and I'll wake up and I'm thinking, where the heck am I? Oh my god. So it's been crazy.
1343 requesting pushback.
Alright, let's get this. I thought I turned her off.
Cockpit to ground. Stand by. Ground. This is ground. Stand by.
Now I gotta cancel this. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing?
Ground, please cancel pushback operation. Ground, please
Roger,
cancel
pushback
pushback operation.
Roger. Pushback canceled.
Wait, let's get rid of all these things first. Gotta make sure we turn off the co-pilot because always saying stuff. Alright. Well, sorry about the griping. Sun's up. In sim. Yeah, we're not gonna have as beautiful of a... Well, I mean, it's still gonna be beautiful, but man, that on Sunday night when we took off and got up in the air with all those clouds and it being about 6 in the morning, so the reds and everything, it was amazing.
Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 40 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please ensure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down.
Alright, we got APU bleed on, sternal power off, fuel pumps on, baggage go away. Pushback, pre-plan the pushback. Yep, it'll do it to you. Well, the podcast, or the podcast I've been following since the beginning of this, that was one thing they were always talking about. It's like that we focus way too much on just the deaths. It's that there's a lot more to it than just that. The long term. Stuff. Okay, why is the power still here?
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground. Stand by.
Alright. Fingers crossed, people. Fingers crossed. I really at least get this flight in tonight. I mean, since we're starting so late now, it's like I might not even do the next flight. Which will suck. I kind of want to get a couple flights in time we get a chance. I'm sure trying to drink soda or get caffeine to try to help the problem isn't really helping, but...
Okay, sir.
And it doesn't really do anything anyway.
Installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground
Like, I'm not a
equipment
coffee
is
drinker, but
The parking brakes
caffeine
are set.
doesn't
You may lift.
work for me anymore.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
And again, that might be even the problem. It's like basically when I was in China, I
We're
didn't
cleared for start and push.
I didn't drink that much soda at all in China.
Okay, cleared
Very
for
nice.
push start. Please release parking brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
Can you get the safety brief?
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Herzlich willkommen.
Bienvenidos.
Ni hao. Namaskar.
The sim, well, on Sunday night the sim crashed, basically the same point where we crashed this first time tonight, basically when I was setting up the plane, and then the second time it crashed once we were in the air and, you know, probably a quarter of way through the flight, it just froze up and crashed. So I'm expecting we'll get up in the air at this point and we'll fly for a while and then we'll crash, because if it's anything like Sunday night. And when a flight crashes for me about halfway or a quarter of the way through the flight, I give up for the night. Especially when I'm in this mode of exhaustion. Let's start engine 1. Yeah, so this is a new livery. The guy who does this is Orient PS, and got these really cool like scratch pattern on the plane.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Really adds a little something right there. Parking brake set.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Ground. Startup is complete. You may disconnect.
Yeah, so the 3 crashes have not been at exactly the same time, but 2 of them have been at the same time, basically.
Holding position, waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Oh, guess we'll see. Actually, I think I backed kind of the wrong place. I should have gone further back. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. It's not working. Well, thanks for stopping by. Well, I don't know what's... And that's the problem. It's like everything has to be... Seems to be... It's like I don't know what I installed last that's causing it. It's like I installed so many different things, and it's like the only way is to just play the sim with no mods, and that sucks. Which livery, though? Which livery? Because this is a different livery than the livery I used last time, you know? What is Lufthansa? I mean, I swear, is it Lufthansa? You can't use Lufthansa liveries? Because this is, I tried with the one I had last time, and then I tried with a different one, and that one, it crashed. I tried with this one. It's crashed now twice. You know, these are all different liveries. So. No, sorry, I'm sorry. I'm tired, I'm grumpy, it's not worth it to me anymore. I'm annoyed. Sorry, can't do these flights because Flight Simulator is garbage and I hate it now. I don't want to even think about it anymore. I'm pissed off. So, I guess I'm gonna try to, maybe this evening I'll try to, I'm gonna get off the stream and I'll set my truck simulator stuff up and maybe we'll do some truck simulating because Flight Simulator sucks and I hate it and I don't want to do it anymore. If I have to do it with 0 mods, if I have to play with 0 mods, then it's not worth it. It's a piece of crap game. It's garbage. And until they come out with a crash log so I can tell. I'm sorry, I cannot go through 200 mods. I can't go through 200 mods and go one by one and load up. I mean, you know how every Microsoft Flight Simulator takes 10 minutes to load up every time. Again. Ugh. Alright. See ya. Thanks for coming along. Try again tomorrow, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Goodbye.